Hi yogis, it's Maud here again, and welcome to your neck is on deck yoga practice. As the name suggests, we are going to focus on the neck. So raise your hand if you've ever experienced stiff neck, neck pain, tightness in the neck, tension in the neck, right? And we all know what that experience is like. You know, for those of us who have experienced stiff neck, we know what that does to the rest of our bodies, our shoulders, right? How we typically carry ourselves during the day, it just gets dictated by this pain in the neck. You know, it's even an expression. How we move and how we navigate through our stresses and our work days and just our lives sometimes can be just dictated by this like annoying pain that we feel in the neck or even, stiff neck. And so in this practice, we're just going to give a focus on the neck. And just to give you guys a sort of a forewarning, a lot of the neck stuff that happens really is caused by emotional distress or actual stress or things that are just sort of heavy cranially in our minds mentally, and it just resonates upon the neck, or sleep position, or just something else going on that really does affect the neck. And because of where it's at, which is kind of like this bridge between the skull and the shoulders, there's this kind of narrow path in there. It tends to be sensitive, right? There's a lot of nerves that are in there, a lot of muscles that are in there. And so this practice may not be applicable to everybody because everybody has different neck issues. And so like I always have in my intro, please consult your doctor if you're going through something serious or something really more clinical and more medical. Then you definitely need to take things slow or just to modify to your comfort level, or even do away with some of these shapes and practices and just get to a place where you know is safe for you to practice. Okay? Otherwise, my two trusty blocks, I have my pillow right here. I would just recommend that you sit on top of something so that it's just nicer on the lower back. So let's start here seated, cross-legged, or you can even sit with your hips on top of your heels and with something underneath the bumps, whatever feels comfortable to you. Just take a moment here. Spine is long. Sit nice and tall without straining your neck. For those of you who are taking this practice and are really experiencing some pain and sensation in the neck, I would just encourage you to breathe to that space. Imagine you're putting a pair of lungs in that area. And then as you're taking this moment to breathe in and out, just tell yourselves, I am paying attention to this place. And feel a difference when you set your mind into a certain area, what changes do happen. And so relax your shoulders down, fingers are relaxed. And let's take a deep inhale through our nose. And exhale, sigh it out. Inhale through nose. And exhale, sigh. Last time here, inhale. And exhale. Doing the best you can to relax the muscles in the face. Doing the best you can to relax your shoulders. And visualizing where the neck is at, and already respecting the fact that our heavy skull, our head, sits on top of it. It's stacked up on top of it. And through the neck, that all gets connected to the shoulders and the rest of the body. Isn't that amazing? And let that realization almost like change the way you see the neck or treat your neck. Just take one last breath here. Inhale and exhale, making sure it's intentional and purposeful. If you haven't already, blink your eyes open. Make loose claws with your hands. So you're kind of in this claw shape. Just loosen up the fingers. And I want you to locate sort of the 9 o'clock on your right hand. I'm mirroring you. And the 3 o'clock on your left hand. And without digging through your neck, all we're going to do is just go up and down with our knuckles and let it rotate so that your right hand is going to go to the 12 o'clock and then your left hand is going to go to the 6. And then it makes its rounds where they're going opposite direction. And while this is not necessarily a neck massage, I do this because it almost reminds me, it's a tactile experience of where my focus is at, where my attention is at. And for you who've taken my class a lot, you know I'm a huge fan of self-care and self-soothing and self-touching, self-healing. And so do that right here. Just be as light as you possibly can in the knuckles. Again, not digging deep into that. Nice job. And then come to center. Beautiful. Shake your arms and shake your wrists. Let's inhale our shoulders up towards the ears, the neighbors, the cousins of the neck, and then exhale, roll it back and down. Inhale, bring it up towards the ears. Exhale, back and down. And one more time, just like that. Inhale. And then exhale. Beautiful. Let's just drop our left ear towards our left shoulder. Just notice how that feels like. Center. Drop right ear towards right shoulder. Know what that feels like. Center. Look towards your left shoulder. Again, I am mirroring you. Try not to overdo anything here. We're just doing these small but mindful rotations. Go to the other side. One more time. Ear to shoulder. Center. Another ear to shoulder. The other side. Center beyond your left shoulder. Center and beyond your right shoulder. Come to center. Now this is your left hand right here. Place it down. And then drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Nudge it a little closer towards the shoulder without overstretching. So take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. And then lift your right hand to the other side. You can open up the palm and almost like you're pressing on the brakes. Lengthen that right arm out, but also drop your right arm down a little bit more, even though it's hovered, so you feel a stretch in that right side of the neck. Do enough just to feel enough. No overdoing here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful. One more time. Exhale. Keep your neck close to your shoulder. Just place your right hand behind the head. And then let's inhale. Open up this gate. Look up where the ceiling and the wall meet. And as you exhale, find your center first and then rotate so that your neck and your vision is directed towards your left hip. This hand behind you is not really pushing it down. It's a nudger and an encourager. Inhale. It's a gentle encourager, right? Exhale slowly. Find center first. And then turn your neck down towards your right hip. Ooh, this gets me every time. My husband sleeps on my left side. So I tend to turn towards that direction. And so I always feel it when I wake up in the morning. Again, find center. And I'm like, why do I keep doing it? I know it feels good when you sleep, but you always pay for it and when you wake up. One more time, inhale up. Find your center first, and then rotate. Look towards your right hip. Sorry, your left hip. Slowly come to center, and then release the hands. This is your right hand that's down. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Taking one full breath right here. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your left arm up to the side. Press on the brakes. Maybe open that palm. And then slowly drop that left arm down. Keep it hovered. Drop the left shoulder and feel the stretch on the left side of your neck this time. Ay, ay, ay. Feels so good. Put a pair of lungs in that space and please breathe through it so that we're not just making shapes. We're actually having an experience. Now keep this right ear close to your shoulder. Left hand is behind you. Inhale, slowly look up towards the corner where the ceiling and the wall meet. As you exhale, find your center first and then look towards your right hip. It always feels different, right? Each side. Inhale, center, open up. Exhale, center, and then look down. Again, that hand behind the head is a gentle encourager. Kind of tells you and reminds you which direction you're going, but it's not a pusher. Slight nudge makes a huge difference. Here, 2 more times. I believe we did it 5 times that first side. This is actually a page of my actual practice. And it just makes me feel better. And when I don't practice this, I always just tell myself, why don't you do this more often? And then slowly come to center. Nice job. Shake the arms and hands if you have to. Place one hand sort of on your collarbone, sort of cupping it, and one hand behind the head. And by the way, if you're cross-legged, then you can always switch the shins. That way we feel a little bit even on our lower bodies. So one hand cupping your collarbone, the other hand behind the head, open your elbows. And without over-exaggerating a double chin, push your skull towards your hand so you feel that stretch. Make sure your arm is strong right here. Let it be a strong base, a strong support. Inhale here. Exhale, release, just let go. Let's do that about 4 more times. And however long your pulses you want to have, you can stay here for 2 breaths or 3 breaths. Just don't hold the breath as you're there. And then slowly let go. So let's do that 3 more times. Again, it's not exaggerating the double chin. It's not an over-tucking of the chin towards the chest. It's a pushing of your skull towards the head, towards the hand, rather. 2 more. Release, 1 more. And then slowly come to center. Interlace fingers behind you. And so let's start from the ground up. So I want you to feel a lift through the side of the ribs and then open your heart and then lift your head up. Let your hands, again, feel strong enough to support the head, eyes to the sky. And as you exhale, slowly come to center. Send your elbows towards each other. Spine is long. Send your chin towards your chest. Again, do enough to feel enough. Do not overstretch. Do not overdo anything. Inhale. Lift for the side of the ribs. Open the heart, eyes to the sky. Gentle, gentle, gentle center. Elbows towards each other. Chin towards your chest. 1 more time, just like that. I'm already feeling better. I don't know about you guys, but paying attention to the space that feels tight or feeling tension and actually breathing through it. Not just doing the shape, but just being intentional breathing through that space really does help. 1 more time, release the arms, shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale them back and down, just that one direction. Inhale up. Exhale back and down. 1 more time, inhale up. Exhale back and down. Beautiful. Let's get on our backs. So if you do not have a yoga block, I will just recommend you get a thick blanket, perhaps a hard-bound book that's not too hard. So maybe a paper-bound thick book if you have, or just a pillow. That's okay too. You can place it here because we're going to lie here and put our head on top of it. I also actually just want to use the block as an example so that those of you who do have a block, I do want to kind of show a little closely what happens in that gap. Legs are bent. Make sure that the block is on its flattest side. And as you're here, you'll notice there's space right here. What I want you to do is to locate the base of your skull and make sure that the block is not touching your neck. Your block is actually supporting your head so that there is some space right here for your neck. And then the feet are underneath the knees. Feet are going to be separated at least hip width apart. Just relax with your hands here on top of your belly, elbows down on the mat, and take a few breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Take little rolls left and right. So roll your head to the right. Roll your head to the left. If you are using yoga blocks, you'll find this nice, yummy, and delicious sort of massaging in the corner of the block. If you're using a cork block and it's too hard, or you have a hard-bound book, place a fabric on top of it. So maybe placing a blanket or draping a blanket on top of those props will sort of soften the edges a little bit, and it won't be digging through your skin too much. A few more times, just left and right. And slowly come to center. Nice job. Lift your head off of the block. We'll set it aside for now. What I want you to do is just to flatten your spine down towards the mat. Even palpate or like tap onto your bellies to really convince yourself to wake them up. Keep your left hand on the belly and just inhale your right arm up to the wall behind you. Reach to the side of the ribs, and almost like you're lifting your arms up, but you're decreasing the space between your traps and your shoulders and your ears and neck. Lift it up without necessarily increasing the arch in your spine. Let your neck stay long. And then slowly release. Right hand on the belly. Lift your left arm up. You can get the thumb side edge of your hand, by the way, on the carpet so that your palm is facing towards your right side. Lift through the side of the ribs. Again, wake up the belly a little bit. Flatten your spine down towards the mat. Inhale here. Exhale. And now lift both arms up. So again, thumb side edge of the mat, of the hand. And then lift up. Feel your core engage front, side, and back. That means the belly, the sides, and the back. Keeping your neck long. Convince your neck not to lift up, keeping it nice and long here. As you exhale, interlace the fingers behind the head. Open up the elbows. And really distinguish your shoulder blades, right? Locate where they are. They're the scapula, the bony parts of the shoulder. Send your elbows towards each other. And then as you lift your head up, try not to make a crunch with your neck. Instead, make a crunch with your belly. And then as you're there with your shoulder blades lifted, let the hands encourage the back of the neck to stretch out or to open up a little bit. Again, these are gentle encouragers, nudgers. They're not pushers. And then slowly, shoulder blades down, head down, hands down, elbows down. Let's do that a couple more times, okay? Lengthen the back of the neck first. Flatten your spine. Bellies engaged, elbows towards each other. Round up your belly. Shoulder blades off of the mat. Just let your skull trust your hands. So really strong grip here, guys. Do not hold the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Shoulder blades down. Hands and head down. Elbows down. Open. Maybe last time through. Do whatever you need to do. Organize the neck. Organize the belly and the spine. Elbows towards each other. Feel the contraction in the belly. Stretching the back of the neck. That's okay. And then slowly lower everything. Release the hands away from the head. Squeeze the glutes to lift your hips up into this glute bridge. And then lift your arms up. Now thumb side edge again on the mat. Discourage any lifting of the chin that compromise. First of all, that compromises the breath. Second, just keep the space in your neck. We always talk about the prana, right? The chi, the life force, the breath. We want it to flow up and down from the bottom to the top and back and forth to the body. So we want that channel, we want that pathway open, unrestricted, unobstructed. Breathe here. And then exhale. Slowly lower. Open your elbows out to the side. Flatten your spine. Wake up the belly. And then slowly just turn your head left and right, looking towards your left elbow, looking towards your right elbow. And by the way, let your eye socket, let your eyes just relax. Do not just stare at something like laser lights. So the neck is so close to the face and the head, right? So any tension we feel, like maybe furrowing the eyebrows, in the temples, all this stuff, it does resonate on the neck. Posture, how we move, our shapes and patterns. One more time, left and right. And then slowly come to center. Stay right here with your arms open in field goal shape. Breathe here. Inhale. And as you exhale, lift your knees towards the chest. Interlace your fingers on top of the left knee or the left leg. Straighten your right leg out. And again, push your spine down, wake up the belly. Pretend that your hands are still behind your head. And so lift your shoulder blades off of the mat. Feel that crunch in the belly, not in the neck. And let that be the force that gets you closer to your knees. Inhale. Exhale, lower shoulder blades, lower the head. And then straighten the left leg. Right knee in towards the chest. Squeeze it in using your hands. Already organizing your spine, your belly muscles, your core, and the back of the neck. Waking up the belly using the hands. Lift the head up. Pretend that they're still there behind the head. Do not round your shoulders. Let the belly feel all of this sensation. The contraction, the activation. And then lower down the head. And then release the feet and the legs. Send your feet in. Again, open up the elbows to the side. And as we drop the knees to the right, turn your neck towards the left. Inhale, center. Knees left. Neck to the right. Feels good. Inhale, center. Again, knees right. Turn your neck to the left. Inhale, center. Knees left to the right. One more time. The all quick movements here, guys, okay? Make it gentle, gradual, intentional. Center. And then to the right, knees to the left. And then center. Beautiful. Just walk your feet in a little bit closer. Shift your hips to any direction. Roll onto a side of your choice. Gently, gently, gently push yourselves up into a nice, comfortable seated position. Again, cross-legged or hips on heels. Inhale, shoulders up towards the ears. And then exhale them back and down. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. All right, drop left ear to left shoulder. Notice any changes that you feel this time. Center. We're just doing a before and after. Right ear to right shoulder. I don't know about you guys, but I do feel so much better. Center. I may not have told you this. Look beyond your right shoulder. But when I taught this class right now, I did feel some stiff neck right here. And so I was encouraged and inspired to teach this class. And center. Once again. Ear to shoulder. Always finding your center. Other side. Center. Beyond your right shoulder. Center beyond your left shoulder. I always like befores and afters because it makes a change. One hand cupping your collarbone, perhaps the other hand this time behind the head. Without over-exaggerating that double chin, push your skull towards your hands. Feel that nice, friendly tension in the back of the neck. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath, inhale. Exhale. Leave your hand behind the head. Interlace it with the other. Open the elbows. Lift through the side of the ribs. Open your heart and then eyes to the sky. Head rests on your hands. Exhale, center first, elbows towards each other, and then chin towards your chest, keeping your spine long. My God, it feels so different, like night and day. I don't know about you guys. Open elbows, eyes to the sky. Keep the length in the waist. Relax facial muscles, elbows towards each other, chin towards the chest. Again, encourager, nudger, not a big pusher. And then slowly release. Let's make a big circle with our arms. Inhale up. Palms connect. Exhale to hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, make that circle. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment for a pause. Thumbs are touching your chest. Bow down towards your hands. Put a pair of lungs on the side and the area of the neck where you feel tension, stiffness, or stress. And talk to it and tell it that you're going to take care of it and you're listening to it. You're not going to ignore it and abuse it. Deep inhale here. To a range of your comfort. Exhale. Bow down a little bit deeper. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. I really do hope that your neck feels better. Or if you did not have any neck sensation when you took this class, that you actually feel a difference, a little bit loose and a little bit more range of motion, or just de-stressing the neck. Thanks so much. From my heart to yours, the light in me honors the light in you, which means namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. For now, goodbye and take care. Till next time. Peace out.